Hello? Oh god. Okay. Okay, whatever. I forgot about my cat down there, but hello, hello, hello. Hello everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to another CreamCatCorner stream, and today I I decided to go into my childhood game. I think it is one of the first game that I've played on PC. If I remember correctly. I might be wrong, but then again, human's memory is very flawed. But it is one of the few computer game that I've played when I was a kid. So this game, right? Funny enough, I've never finished this game. I didn't have any PC that is made for gaming back then. We only have our computer PC, and at that time I don't have the money, nor do I have the negotiation ability to convince my parents to buy a game. So yeah, but I did play this game on my cousin's PC. So meaning I have a lot of the time that I played this game, it was on my cousin's PC. So that's why I've never finished it. I played it. I think I played it I don't remember until 1/3 of the game, I have to say. And then yeah, I never finished it. but this time I am adamant to at least try and finish it. So what is this game? This game is Insaniquarium Deluxe Edition. You can find this game on Steam. It is under EA right now, but it used to be under PopCap. I played a lot of PopCap games back in the days. What this game is that you are managing a tank of fish. Meaning it's just like taking care of a pet fish. So yeah, you'll see in just a moment here, but we'll have to take care of a tank full of fish, and you can buy fishes to populate your tank. I don't have enough money to buy anything in the virtual tank just yet, so I'm just gonna go on with adventure. Let's start the game. So yeah, this is the basic mechanic of the game. So you basically have this goldfish, I have to say, and then you have a predator, like literally a predator. Aliens versus predator, right? If I remember correctly, but they labeled it as aliens. Then your goal in order to proceed on to the next level is to collect 3 pieces of egg. Okay, so there's if you can see from the gameplay after this, there's a lot of strategy that you can put into this game. So let's get into it. Oh my god. Okay, so the audio I should reduce it. So for some people that dislike mouth folly or mouth sound, this game might be a little bit turned off for them. So yeah, whenever you feed your fishes, they will cost money. So your option is to try and feed your fish without wasting food. Go, little dude, go. Oh, okay. Nice. And then the fish will poop up money. So yeah, you just basically do this. It is a very relaxing game, I have to say. I used to play this a lot when I was a kid, especially when I go to my cousin's house. I used to play this quite a lot. But yeah, a computer, especially a computer that is made for, not exactly made for gaming, but that has game in it, is quite a luxury back then. Oh shoot. Okay. What? Yeah, it's quite a luxury if you can believe it or not. Even right now, PC is something quite of a luxury. No. So yeah, your strategy here is to just let feed it at the top of the tank without the fishes go to the bottom of the tank, because you don't want the coin to be lost at the bottom of the tank. So yeah, that's the first level. Stinky the Snail. So the first few levels are quite easy, I have to say. First alien opponent thing. So yeah, it started easy, and as you go down the level, it is gonna be quite difficult. See what happened there? That's a wasted opportunity. And Stinky the Snail will collect the coins that you missed. A vicious alien is about to enter. Defeat it with your laser weapon by clicking on it. So yeah, the aliens will try to eat your fish. So you have to push it down in a corner in order to avoid your fish being eaten by it. You fucking missed. You can also upgrade your food quality, meaning that you don't have to feed it as often. So that's nice. No. So yeah, that is basically the game. It sounds easy, right? In fact, it is very easy. I hate it when they sit down here. Shouldn't be there, honestly. Oh my god, another aliens? Aliens? No. No 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 no. Nice. So the gemstone that you see there is basically a reused asset from Bejeweled. Just a reminder, this game is made by the same people that brought Bejeweled and a lot of those PC games back in the days. We have Zuma, we have Bejeweled, Feeding Frenzy, and so on. Oh my god, you missed! Nice. Nico the Oyster. Produce pearls that you can click on for a hefty sum of money. I've seen speedrun of this game. And I've seen what happened at the end of the game, so it's not entirely a spoiler, a blind playthrough for me, right? As I said before, I personally haven't beat this game on my own because, yeah, like I said, I played this on my cousin's PC, meaning that you have to share the PC with my cousins. Ooh, carnivore. Yes. So yeah, basically this is just the basic gameplay. Yeah, even that sound, that sound bite that you hear, is from Bejeweled. So yeah, right now we have this carnivore. We have to feed it. Oh shoot! Okay, so that is something that we need to pay attention to. No, 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 no! You mother... Okay, so yeah, it's not exactly a stress-free game, but with proper management, you can go through this game quite relatively easy. Just that sometimes I am careless with my management. Ranch. Oh shoot. Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, I don't know. Having a little bit of excess guppy is good. No. Okay. Ichi the swordfish. I forgot to read it for you guys, but basically this dude will help us fight the alien intruder that is going on our tank. So yeah, for a pet, you don't have to feed them anything. They will just exist. Oh shoot, I don't have enough money. Uh-oh, uh-oh, eat. I must remember to feed my fishes. Oh, there was a brief 420 there. Nice. Okay. Now we just have to wait. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I do have to say that the animal that is in this game might look cartoonish, but I don't know. Maybe it's the nostalgia talking. But I do have a very fond memories with this game. Oops. No one is gonna eat that. Interesting. Oh shoot! I don't care if my guppies are dead, but I do remember that I feel bad if my carnivore died. No, 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 no! Oh. Yeah, always take care of the carnivore because they produce a lot more money compared to those normal guppies. Whoops. Sometimes the little guppies are a little bit out of reach from the carnivore's jaw, and the way they have to catch up to the that fish is very funny to me. No, 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 no. You stay down there. Nice. I don't really like Stinky the Snail because um, they are a little bit too slow for my liking. Oh shoot, I bought the wrong thing. Oops. Oh no. But yeah, you'll see later that I am gonna employ a lot more guppies in my tank. No. Yeah, because of that, actually. It always hurts me. Okay. Yes! Prego the mama fish. Prego helps populate your tank by giving birth to a new baby guppy every so often. So yeah, remember when I said that I'm gonna employ a strategy using a lot of guppies? Yeah, this is one of the few time I'm gonna use it. So in a tank, you can only have 3 pets to help you. So I always choose, in the earlier level, I always choose Nico because Pearl is very good. Um, Ichi. Uh, sure, I think it's much better than Stinky. And always use Prego. Not always, but in these earlier levels, I feel like it is very good to have an excess of guppies. Remember, pets cannot die. The only fish that can die is your guppies and your carnivore. Ooh, Prego is Prego. I I love the sound effects of these games. Yeah, but yeah, some people are put off by it. I can fully understand it. Okay, good, good, good. Nice. You know what? Yeah, I should buy that. I love the sound effect for this Prego. No one is gonna eat it. I'm guessing it is a higher quality of food, meaning that they stay full quite long. Nice. Nice. I love it. I love it. Yeah, even with my quite high expenditure, we still managed to get a lot of coins. Just give birth and eat in as soon as possible, huh? I am gonna buy another guppy. Sorry, dude. Nice. Oh, shoot. Okay. That is very typical of population control there. Nice. Nice. Everyone should stay on the upper side of the tank. Hello? Oh my god. No, 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 no. Oh my god. My carnivores. No. Okay. Yeah, we are almost there. So I'm not that worried. Actually, yeah. Done. Okay. Storf the seahorse gives you a hand in keeping your fish fed. Bonus round, collect as many shells as you can. Ooh. 496. Interesting. 69, 6. 696. Okay, okay, that's better. Buy bonus pet number 1 for 20,000 shells, which we have to play a lot to get that kind of money. Um, I'm not sure if Zorf is gonna be better. So I'm gonna choose the usual culprit. Ooh, to a second tank. Now things get tricky. Even the music is very laid back and relaxing. You know, you guys should stay on the top part of the tank. Do not go down there. There's nothing. Oh my god, it's so quick. Okay, interesting, interesting. I wonder when can I buy? Oh my god, what is this? Star potion? What's the function of the star tank? Star potion? Oh, fuck. Oops. Oh, I get it. I get it. Again, I haven't played this game for like what? Since I was in elementary school. That means when I was in primary school, when I was around, I want to say 9 to 10 years old. It was the time when I didn't have any console games whatsoever at my disposal. I really forgot what is the function of Star Potion. You know what? Oh, it makes the fish invincible. Yes, yes. So we can only use a star potion on huge adult fish. Haha, yes. Okay. Ooh, Clyde the jellyfish. Light drifts slowly through your tank, collecting any coin it passes by. Is it good though? Is it good though? I'm not even sure, so... I'm gonna use the usual suspect. Okay, sure, why not? Oh, I want to say 420, but it is not very long term, not long term. Worthwhile? I don't know. I don't know the words for it, but it's transient. Ooh, what is this? Star catcher. Hey, nice. Nice. Ooh, yes. Yeah, remember, Starcatcher can die. Oh no. No, no, you monster. Like literally monster. How dare you? Stop going down there, you animal. Like literally, they are an animal. Yeah, before we have fidget spinner, we have this. I don't know, it is very satisfying to my brain to have this kind of gameplay. No, 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 no. Go down. Oh my god, hello, hello Vigor, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome back. We are playing a game. I see we, but it's just me. Playing a game from my childhood. This is Insaniquarium. I should. I think the name is displayed on Twitch category, right? Insane minus the E and combined with aquarium. Insaniquarium. Yeah, who needs vampire survivors, right? When I was a kid, I used to play this game quite a lot at my cousin's place. It is quite addicting too. Why you attack the most populated area? I'm not even sure. Come on, that star potion is not meant for you. Hello? Yes. Oh my god. I don't know, there's something very fulfilling about this gameplay loop. No. No. I got too cocky there, but eh. Yeah, when I was a kid, I did tell a story yesterday, right? About my is it yesterday? I did about me and my pets, my situation with pets, right? Yeah, having played this game, I really took care of my fish. And I imagine it being like this. All games are addictive for about 20 minutes. Is it all? I mean, I did get addicted to playing Hades, and that game I've played for like almost 700 hours into it. So we have now Word the Skeleton. Word drops gold coins just like large copy, but doesn't need fish food to survive. So this is another one of the pets that can be used to generate money for your tank without actually using a lot of resources. So the question is, you get addicted to Hollow Knight and tower defense game. Ooh, especially if you can make custom levels. Ooh, any kind of recommendation for tower defense games? The only tower defense game that I've played, as far as I can remember, is Plant vs Zombie. Yeah, I've played a ton of Plant vs Zombie. You don't have any recommendation? Okay. Yeah, I don't remember playing much about a tower defense game except for Plant vs Zombie. Plant vs Zombie is addicting if it's hacked, otherwise it's meh, too slow. Uh, yeah, the earlier part of the game is quite slow because you have to wait for the sunflower, right? But once you unlock the extra plants that you got from Dave, yeah, that is some really fun game mechanics and plant combination that you can put. Do I even need Ichi? I can just go with Vert for now. Oh, come on. Okay, so one of the few things maybe I shouldn't have picked Vert, but whatever. One of my favorite Plant vs Zombie levels is the um what is it called again? The pool side. Mainly because can have I can use the cattails card plant in the water to upgrade the water lilies. Man, cattails is very much OP. Not a new breed of alien is fast approaching. Lasers can't hurt this baddie, so find another way to defeat it. Oh, okay. I remember this one. No. I remember this Teletubbies looking guy. No, come on, no. Okay. Interesting. You like Plant vs. Zombie 2 more than 1? Oh. Plant vs. Zombie 2 is the one that is on mobile, right? I've dabbled in Plant vs. Zombie quite a bit, but not so much. Not so much that I finished it. I just want to play it for a bit, but I'll lose interest of it. Alien signature type G. Come on. Nice. Do I would need to even use a star potion? I guess I need to. No. Star silly little fish. Star potion is not meant for you. Nice. I guess I do need to buy another star catcher, but that's gonna be quite later on. No, come on, man. No, come on, man. I used to remember that there's a lot of fake Plant vs Zombie 2 on the market. I'm 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 saying it's fake, but I'm not even sure if it's even faked. You know? I'm sure the game exists, but it is on the Chinese Android market. If I remember correctly, there's even a plant that is not available on the Western Apple's App Store. Whoops. Okay, let's... Nice. Yeah, this game... Oh my god. No, 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 no. I need to be quick. So yeah, this game starts easy, but there's a lot of complex layers to it, I have to say. That's why I never finish it when I was playing this game with my cousins. Are you kidding me? No one wanted the... Okay, okay. Nice. Ah, man. I wanted to give adult fish some star potion, but it's hard. No, come on, man. Also, there is another pet that I love to use that is called an angelfish. Angelfish is OP and can be quite a lifesaver in this game. It basically is mercy in this game. It raising a dead fish. You can only rest dead fish and not eaten fish. Yeah, this level can be quite a slog to finish. Okay. No, 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 no. Nice. Okay. Come on, man. That's not for you. It's so much effort. I want to have some relaxing time, and now I am trying hard to finish this level. Ironically, so yeah, this game, if you strategize it correctly, it can be quite easy. But again, if you don't strategize properly, you are gonna be like me, struggling. Nice. You. I'm so glad that the ones that are dead is the small fish, the small fries. Oh, okay. Phew. Oh my god, okay. Um, so the one thing about this game, right? It is an older piece of game, meaning that once I turn it on my PC, having a full screen mode, I can't basically click out of the PC, the screen. So I am so sorry for you, Bigger. I have to read your message quite a little bit late. I'm gonna try and look for it. Oh gosh. I can see that your message is about Plant vs. Zombie 2. There is a plant called Chili Bean, which, when eaten, insta-kills the zombie that ate it, and the zombie farts, stunning all zombies behind it for a couple seconds. And it's funny. Oh yes, I remember that. Um, if I remember correctly, Plant vs. Zombie 2 is about time, right? The title is about time, and you go towards the different time zone. I remember that there's an 80s level. We have a um, Midwest time zone. Is it Midwest? I don't remember. Ancient Egyptian, something like that. Also, in Dragon Ball's Legends, you got a third Ultra character. Ooh, yes, I do remember that. Ultra rarity characters are OP when they are max soul boost and level. Ooh, you got a third. Okay, I forgot. Um, the first Ultra character that you have is. Okay, let me try to remember this. Is it the? Oh gosh. Okay. I remember. I don't remember. Is it the black outfit Goku? I remember that. Is it Zamasu? Oh god, I don't remember. The worlds are Egypt, Pirates, Wild West, Modern Day, Beach, Future, Dinosaur Age, and a few more. Ooh, there's a lot more, huh? Then again, I've never finished Plant vs. Zombie 2. it's it took way too much, way too long on my phone, and I got so addicting to it. I addicted to it. Your first Ultra character was Super Saiyan Goku, and Ultra Goku Black is your second. Ah, okay. So what is your uh shoot your third Ultra character? Before I go on with my third sorry, not third, with the next level in this game. Omega Shenron. Ooh. Is it better than your Ultra Goku Black? He isn't max level yet, so no. Okay. And how long have you had Ultra Omega Shenron? I'm guessing it's quite recent. Ultra Omega Shenron, you got him a few weeks ago, because that's when you realize you can get him from an event. Oh, okay, okay. So it is a limited time event? Basically, on I forgot. Uh is uh is the game kinda similar yeah, I think every most of mobile game right now has that kind of things, right? Where you have a limited time pool. Yeah, I'm guessing it is. So I'm glad you managed to get your Ultra character in Dragon Ball's Ultra. Now you have 3, so now you just have to grind to level up your Ultra characters, huh? Rufus does heavy damage to enemies you lure to the bottom of the tank. Ooh, okay. So that is gonna be much more helpful to us because we do lure our enemies towards the bottom of the tank. I forgot. Does for you to level up your Ultra character, you need to have the same character card, air quote, in order to level it up, right? Or am I confusing it with another game? I always forgot which one. Is it Legend of Runeterra or is it Dragon Ball's Legend? Legend? Ultra, whatever. I forgot. That's not how I level it. You level them up? I confuse it with another game. I'm so sorry for that. Oof. Yeah, I'm guessing that is how you level things in Legend of Runeterra, right? Whoa! Okay, let me read this first before the chat is gone. So to level up a character in Dragon Ball's Legend, you put them in training and then just wait for some minute or an hour. And to increase soul boost, you need to get souls, and for Ultra Goku and Ultra Omega Shenron, you need a specific soul. Oh, okay. This is the first time you've ever told me about how to level up your Ultra character in the Dragon Ball's game. Hmm. No wonder, no wonder I was confused there for a bit. I see. Okay. Oh, that is an interesting way for you to level it up. Kind of fit with the overall story mechanic too. You know how in Dragon Balls they always train, right? And now in-game mechanic, you have that. Put them to train and just wait for a minute or an hour. Interesting, interesting. I always love when a game has that kind of mechanic that really ties in with the in-universe lore, overall lore. I always found that very, how should I say this? Um, much more, much, much more useful, not useful, cohesive, yeah, that's the word, cohesive for in-game and also story-wise. No! I thought I clicked that. Someone go! Oof. Oh, come on. Why is it always the one that is already... You. Okay, nice. Nice. Oh, come on, man. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. We should be able to finish this quickly. Oh my god, I just realized that the single egg piece is now costing us 7,500. So meaning I need to level up my game. Especially in terms of my star catchers. Hey. Nice. No! It's always the small fishes, huh? No? Okay. But at least now we don't have to worry much about our fish getting eaten by robots or aliens. Oh shoot. Oh, come on, man. Okay, I need to increase my food. Oh gosh, okay. Hello Santa. Hello, hello. I'm so sorry I can't read message for a bit. Intense gaming here. Oh gosh. But yeah, I see your name popping up. Isn't it gonna be embarrassing for me if it's not Santa? Oh my god. That is gonna be the death of me. Come on. Some of y'all must eat the star potion. Are you kidding me? The one fish that I want them to eat the star potion is the one that didn't want to eat it. Interesting. Woof. No! Oh gosh. Okay, who died? Okay, you. Okay, at least it's not the star potion fish. Okay, so that's okay for me. Oof. No. Ooh, that is so close. Come on, man. Come on, man. Don't do this to me. Oh, man. Okay. 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 I should pay more attention to my fishes. Especially at how close we are to finishing the level. Whoa, what is that? Hello? Okay, that is the first time I've seen that happen. And I've played this game almost 10 years ago. This is the first time I've seen this happening. Huh, interesting. What does it poop? Is it pooping gemstone? It is. Oh my god. Another one. Oh. Okay, I forgot. I forgot to click on the egg. Okay. Ooh. So Vigor, in-game, you train them with different items, wooden handcuffs, punching sacks, gravity room, and even higher gravity in the gravity room, silver bells and golden bells or pizza. Oh, interesting. Who trains with pizza? That's interesting. Hello, 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 Santa. How are you? How have you been? Been a while since I see you. I hope you are doing much better, right? This is the coolest aquarium game out there. I've never played a different aquarium game. I did. No, 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 no. I want to say Feeding Frenzy, but Feeding Frenzy is not an aquarium game. It is an open sea. But yeah, you're right, huh, Santa. This is one of the coolest aquarium game out there. Have you played this before? The stats of your Ultra Goku Black? Yes, please. Interesting to hear that. So it will take it will take time. So play a level while you ride. Okay, sure thing. What about you, Santa? How have you been? Any new um I want to say escapades, but it's not escapades, right? If it's near your house. How is your new place? I want to say. Have you fully explored your whole surrounding neighborhood? Meryl's song cheer up all the guppies in the tank, making them drop coins faster. Okay, so I'm guessing Meryl, Rufus. Okay, Stinky, I'm gonna give you one more try. And if you don't do well, I am gonna substitute you with Nico. You're good. You just came from a weekend at your friend's summer cottage. Ooh. Oh my god. I'm so jealous. Wow, okay. Must be nice, huh? Come from a weekend at your friend's summer cottage. Nice, nice. I hope you are doing I hope you are staying there and making a lot of memories with your friends. Okay, please tell me it's not type G, type G. No, no. Go down here. Okay. I must remember. Type G is the one that eats a lot of food, and lasers means nothing. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Sometimes this game can be quite easy, but sometimes it can be quite stressful. Nice. At least I don't have to worry about that. Oh my god, I just remembered. One of the few reasons why I stopped having a pet fish is because I had a snail infestation in my aquarium. Oh my god, and let me tell you, it is very you know how some people have trypophobia, right? Where they have an irrational fear of small holes, a lot of small holes. Yeah, that's what happens to me, but instead of small holes, it's just me getting creeped out by this infestation of snails. And when I say infestation, I really do mean infestation. It's a lot. Oh my god, 10,000? Okay. So I'm gonna need to strategize things correctly. No, no, no. I'm glad doesn't take much to kill the giant goblin, I want to say. Oh. Nice. So it's gonna take 10,000, huh? Oof, that's gonna take quite a while. Okay. Nice. So I'm guessing Rufus is not that useful in this area, huh? Oh my god. You missed. Stinky, you missed. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. 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 Why are you going there? Hello? I swear, these fishes have a death wish. Nice. Yes. Oh my god. So satisfying. Oof. Oh, so close. Apparently, there's one fish that I haven't converted into a starfish. Sorry, not starfish. Star potion fish. Interesting. Okay, interesting, interesting. Apparently, I need a lot more of this star catcher, huh? Oh shoot! A false sense of lullaby. Oof. Interesting. Oh yes. Yes, yes. One of the fish is converted into a royalty fish. Royalty fish. That even the right word? Kingfish. Yes, yes. Oop, more diamond, please. Yes, yes. We love, we love diamonds. Oh shoot. I keep forgetting to buy the eggs. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna read your comment now, Vigor. So, Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, Ultra 3 stars. 9, that 937,000 or something. Why the 0.04k? 900, 937.04k power, 1.62 million health, 165k strike attack. Whoa, okay, that's a lot of stats. 99.1k strike defense, 153.39k blast attack, and 101.09k blast defense. His main ability gives him his ultra attack and restores own health by 30% and ki by 40. Cancels own attribute downgrades. Nullifies own unfavorable element factors by 20 time what? By 420 timer counts. Inflict all enemies for with attributes downgrade minus 30% to health restoration for 30-second count. Oh, interesting. So the game mechanic use a second a timer mechanic in its gameplay, huh? His super attack once it happens, it gives him 30% more damage to damage inflicted, 30% more key recovery. If this character is not the leader, applies the following effects to self. Tag future battle or support member when battle starts, plus 5% to damage inflicted, and 5% to key recovery. And he can do his super attack 3 times in one battle. Oh, okay, so he can only do 3 times in a battle? Does it need to be filled up? I mean, do you need to fill up a certain gauge in order for you to activate it, or do you activate it once and then it builds up and then you build it up and then activate it? Or is it you collect and accumulate the attack and then you can activate it 3 times? What am I talking about? So also his element is green, which means he has weakness against blue characters and advantage against red characters. Oh, okay, I see. It is interesting to see this kind of elements are still being used in games like this. So I did play a lot of Ni no Kuni when I had when I played games on my PS4, right? I played a lot of Ni no Kuni, and Ni no Kuni. Oh shoot, I forgot the name. Ni no Kuni, the second Ni no Kuni, and they still use those character triangle where red is weak against blue but strong against green, and or something like that. I keep forgetting which is the exact cycle movement. Is it red against blue or blue against green? I forgot. But yeah, it's interesting to see it is being used in other games too. I also played a lot of, not a lot, but I used to play some of Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key when when it was still available, but that game also used the same mechanic, which means that blue is strong against black, sorry, not black, red against green, and something like that. Normally, the super attack is so strong that all characters can only do it once, but Goku Black Ultra is an exception, as he does it 3 times. First Ultra attack, you get after doing his main ability, and the other two takes after the punch icon is loaded. It looks every time you do an attack. I see. So his green attack destroys 2 of your attacks and then gives you a strike attack and blue attacks, and he gains. Okay. Oh god. Okay, that's a lot of terminology that I am not familiar with. Green attacks destroys 2 of your attacks and then gives you a strike attack and blue attacks, and he gains 10% strike defense for 15 timer count. Oh, okay. Interesting. Green attacks do no damage to enemies, they are purely buff and debuffs. I see. So is Super Saiyan, wait, what? Goku Black, Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, is he, you said that his element is green, right? Is he a support character? Or just the coloring of his character? Do pardon my lack of knowledge in this game. I am not very familiar with it. That's why I'm asking things like this. Oh, pardon. Again, I'm so sorry about my lack of knowledge about this character then. No elements. The character is not a support or something like that. Goku Black is mostly an aggressive character. Hmm. So I'm guessing the element of the character is just something that determines if it's advantageous to use um against blue characters, right? I see. I'm just a little bit confused for that. Okay, thanks for clearing that up, Vigor. What's worth help by sheltering your baby and medium guppies from hungry aliens. Okay. So let's continue on. Bonus round. Okay, 600 shells, and I need I need 20,000 shells to unlock additional pets. Eh. Okay. So there are two special characters things that exist. Zenkai Awaken and Legends Limited characters. What are those? Zenkai Awaken and Legends Limited characters. Sounds interesting. What does it do? Ooh, we are on the third tank. I think starting on this tank is when I mostly end my run, air quote run, meaning that I don't have enough time to finish it. I still can't believe that some people managed to finish this game like much early on. People actually speedrun this game, believe it or not. And they are very good at it. Ooh, what is this? Guppy Cruncher? No, no, no. Ooh. Nice. Okay, now we just have to wait as usual. Quite interesting that the fish are staying full for longer. Nice. Rufus, you are doing the heavy lifting in this tank. Oh, come on, man. Oh, come on. Interesting. Okay, okay. Nice. I keep on forgetting to time. What does... Okay, so around 100? 100 per beetle. Yeah, around that. I think that's quite a lot actually. Much more than we could receive in a gemstone. Nice. Haha! Too late, sucker! Seymour the Turtle. Seymour's presence makes all coins and diamonds drift at a slower rate. Ooh, okay, this is gonna be really interesting. Okay, so Vigor. Zenkai Awakened characters can have doubled the amount of soul boost and legends. Sorry, and legends limited characters if they do their super attack. Then if it would kill the enemy, instead of doing the normal ultra attack, it does a legendary finish. Oh. Super Saiyan Vegito you have, who is legends limited, has this change. His normal attack, ultra attack, is grab the enemy's leg and throw him down, and creates a giant sword like lasers with his hand, resists it, and hits the enemy with it. But in legendary finish, it instead creates a second one after raising the first, combines them into one, and makes it fall into the enemy, killing him. Ooh, that is very nice. Very sexy. I wish I could see it. Maybe I could. I could see it in YouTube gameplay somewhere. Ooh, nice, nice. So, Zenkai Awaken basically upgrades your character attack, right? In essence. Interesting. Okay, so Namor is good. Rufus is good. Do I need more Meryl? Sure. Zenka makes character stronger, yes. And also your green element Sparking Beerus is both Legends Limited and Zenkai Awaken. Ooh. Wow, it is really drifting much more slowly, huh? Meaning I have time to click it properly this time. Nice. Type G. Type G. Type G. Okay. At least I remember that type G. Oof. 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 Come on. Should pay more attention to my coins whenever I want to buy another guppy. thankfully Meryl helped us there for a bit. No, 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 don't! You monster. Beetle muncher. Ooh. Nice. So it requires 2k coins. It should take us quite a while to reach there. But once we reach there, we should be able to... Nice. Okay, type D. Oof. Type D is robot. Okay, nice. Okay, now we can get this Beetle Muncher. Ooh, keep forgetting that they drop pearls. Ooh, that's a lot of coin. Nice. At least I don't have to worry about that. No, 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 no! How dare you, monster. Thank God it's the one that is not that. Oops, I forgot. I forgot. No! Come on. Come on, man. Oof, thank goodness. Nice. Type D. Type D is robots. Nice. Holy shit. I I never noticed how how much we can upgrade our weapon. Nice. Whoa, okay, very powerful. Hey. Ooh, interesting, interesting. Nice, 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 nice. Nice. My god, yes. Can I fully upgrade the weapon? Oh my god. I can. Oh my god. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for a bit. And let's see for our max weapon just how strong it is. Oops. my god, very powerful. Interesting. Okay, okay, okay. I just want to see just how far we can get. Sharp Sharpenel the robot fish. Sharpenel drops bomb that blows up fish on contact but gives a lot of cash when clicked. Wait, what? Oh. So it will kill our fish but give a lot of cash when clicked. Interesting, interesting. Oh, okay. Thank you for the link there. I'm gonna look at it afterwards. There he does his green attack, blue attack, strike attack, and his normal ultra attack. And the second video is his legendary finish. Nice. I'm gonna have to take a look at it after the stream end. Thank you so much for the YouTube link. Nice. So it is 2 hours, huh? Oof. Do I want to continue or do I want to end the stream here? It is... I have a busy day tomorrow and I don't think I'm gonna have to sleep late. You gotta go now? So, okay. See you later then, Vigor. Thank you for dropping by and I'll be sure to have a look at the different green attack, blue attack, and strike attack. They are like 30-second each. I do want to watch it, but the thing is, I am using a I'm gonna say display capture, and there are a little bit of private stuff on my desktop, and I don't want to show it right now. Unlike the different setup that I had before, this game is a little bit weird. So yeah, I have to see it off stream. Okay, I'll see you then. I'll be sure to tell you about the interesting aspect of the video then. Okay, so click here to continue. Okay, I am gonna go. I guess that's it. That's it from me for today. Thank you so much for watching. Oh my god, the virtual tank. Buy all sorts of fish in the store. Virtual fish never die, but try to take good care of them. Use shells to buy fish. You can earn shells in every game mode. This is such an early 2000 thing. Make virtual tank your screensaver. Click on the tank button to set it up. Bubbleator. Man, if this game were created right now, you can bet people would pay for microtransaction to buy this shells. Oh my god, okay. I think that's it. What? Oh, okay. This is okay. I don't know. This game has a very soft spot in my heart. And I think I am gonna try and finish it on stream actually. And we'll see how it goes from there. But for now, I have to end the stream. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Goodbye.